Hello there, Jay here from appmusic Tutorials with yet another Roland Zenbeats video. Today we'll focus on track templates. Track templates are a great way to save all of a track's settings and parameters, including effects, for reuse later. So without any further ado, let's get started. If you saved the song from the FX tutorial, please feel free to open that up to follow along. So here we've applied many effects to several tracks, and if you took a look at the FX video, you worked your way through learning about sequencer, sample level effects, and track effects, and sends, and so forth. And it took us a while to set up the tracks and get them to sound the way we wanted them to. So it'd be a pity if we had to perform that whole entire setup every time we wanted to create a new track. So what we can do is we can save these tracks off as track templates. Even the sends track. The only track that you can't save as a template is the main output track. Let's go ahead and save this drums, and we'll call it Basic 8. I'll click OK, and you'll be able to see now that I changed the title. And again, to change the title, we just either tap or double click on the name here. Now I went ahead and I renamed my track 2 and track 3. Track 2 is Guitar Trails. Track 3 is Techno Bass. So I did rename these tracks as well. So if you want to do that, feel free whenever you have a moment. And otherwise, just leave them as is and it'll still make sense. So if I want to save this Basic 8 track with all of the settings, those effect settings at the sample level, all I have to do is either long press or right click on the track icon and then choose Save Track Template. I'm going to call that J Basic 8 and I'm going to click OK. Now let's do the same thing with track 2. Again, when we save a track template, we're saving not only the data in the track, but all of our effects, all of the settings, and so forth. Now let's suppose I actually don't want this to be Guitar Trails. Let's say I want this just to be a clean guitar track, and I don't want to necessarily save this wave file information. So here, I'm just going to delete the music data here from the track, and I'll rename the Guitar Trails, and I'll just call this Clean Guitar. Click OK, and apparently nothing happened. It doesn't give us any confirmation screen, but it actually did, and we'll see where we can get at these track templates in just a moment. The Techno Bass, I'll save that as well as a track template. And just to show you that we can also do this with a send effect, let's do the same thing here on send 1. And there are only a few options, right? But we still do have the option to save the track template. And I'll just call that J Zenbeats Multiverb Send. I'll click OK. And now we've saved 4 different tracks. Basically 4 track templates. Some with data and 1 without, or actually 2 without. So let's go ahead and see how we can utilize these newly saved track templates. First of all, I'm going to close this song, and I'm not going to save any changes. I'm just going to go and create a new song. And I'm going to say, okay, I really don't want to save any of the changes here necessarily. So it's just going to revert. And now I've got this brand new song. I'm going to delete the drums. Just long press or right click, delete that track. And now we can just start adding in our track templates. So click on the plus button next to track, go down to the last option here, track template, and you'll see that we have actually a number of track templates that Roland has provided. So this is going to include all of them, the user-defined ones that we just created moments ago, and all of the predefined ones that Roland already has out here. So that's great, but sometimes you want to be able to just kind of sort through and just get at the ones that are user-defined, and you can easily do that by clicking the little drop down here, change that from all to user, and then here are all the different track templates that I've set up over time. So here's my JBasic 8 from today. I'm going to load that in. Notice it has the MIDI data as well as our sample level effect supply. Let me close that out. So everything is here as expected. I'll insert another track template. I'm going to grab the J clean guitar track, and it pops this out here, and there is no wave data or MIDI data here at all, but I'm saving still any of the parameters, any of the adjustments to the effects and all that stuff, and it's already done, right? So let's add another couple here. Let's add the track template for the J techno bass or whatever you called yours. All right, so let's add our send track here, plus track template, and then I'm going to grab my multi-verb send. And this send already has the multi-verb in it. Remember, if we double-click the plugin, we can open it up. Let me open this up a little bit further too. So now we have 4 track templates basically that we created. If I wanted to go into any other track template or any other song that I've already written and I want to reuse a track from one of those songs, maybe just the effects and so forth, I don't have to copy over the track data, I can do that. So any song template, you can create track templates from. So if these track templates become obsolete, we have to know how to get rid of them. So we'll cover that in just a moment. But for now, I'm going to save this song as track templates. Click Save. And there we go. So how do you remove obsolete track templates? Track templates are stored in the location you defined in the user content folder. So if I go up to Settings, the main menu, Settings, and then General, here's where my user content is being stored on my PC. It's very likely very similar to setup in the construct for the Mac world. I never use Macs, but I have to think that it's very similar. So this tells you where the user content is located. So once you navigate to that path, then we can open up the Tracks folder, and here are all my track templates that are user defined. If I wanted to remove one or more, I can very easily do that, just like deleting any other file from your computer. But just make sure that they actually are ones you want to delete, and make sure that you're giving these track templates meaningful names so that you know what you're actually working with when you're using them within a song project, and certainly make sure you understand what they are when you're going to delete them. So at any rate, that's kind of the skinny on how track templates can speed up the process of creating music so you don't get lost in the details. The methodology is very similar for iOS devices. You just go into your files, make sure you go to your, on my iPad or on my iPhone, you'll find the Zenbeats folder there, Zenbeats user folder. It's the same folder structure as the PC, which is interesting. And then you can come here and delete any obsolete track templates. And again, these are just the user-defined track templates that we're able to access. Well, folks, that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video and want more great Zenbeats tutorials, why not click the subscribe button and help me help you make better music with Zenbeats. Until next time, take care.